So the seminar I'll be teaching at this Shepherd's Conference is entitled Beginning with Moses, the Old Testament Witness to Christ, and it's taken out of Luke 24. Now, we as Christians, for us, the suffering of the Messiah, we can't conceive of a Messiah who was not crucified. Interesting to note, however, is that the followers of Jesus, the disciples of Jesus, couldn't conceive of a Messiah who was crucified. For them, this was an inconceivable notion. They were not expecting a crucified Messiah. This is why when Jesus speaks to his disciples and tells them that he is going to Jerusalem to suffer and to die, Peter calls him aside and says to him, "Far be it from you, Lord. This shall not happen to you." And Jesus' response to that is, "Get behind me, Satan." It's a severe rebuke to Peter. This is why the two men on the road to Emmaus are devastated when Christ is crucified. They were not expecting a crucified Messiah. So the question for me as I study these passages is, how did they miss this fundamental function of the Messiah? How did they miss the fact that the Messiah had to suffer? How did they miss the fact that the first messianic prophecy in the Old Testament is about the sufferings of the Messiah? How did they miss the fact that Jesus came specifically to die? And that this is what he would be praised for in eternity, again in Revelation 5, where it says, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain." This is why Jesus rebuked Peter, because he missed this. This is why Jesus rebuked the two men on the road to Emmaus. So this is the completely central message to the gospel. This is the central purpose for Jesus coming to this earth, the suffering of the Messiah and then his entrance into glory. As preachers, this is an excellent example for us how we can be like Christ, how we can preach like Christ. Sometimes preachers don't even open the Bible right now. Christ turned to the scriptures and he demonstrated to them from the scriptures that he had to come and that he had to die. So for a preacher to be Christ-like is for a preacher to preach the message that Christ preached.